Reputable source tells me Werenski, Waddell, and his agent met this morning. Z regrets what has happened in the last week and wants to be a Jacket for life. Look for a presser or something later today to squash all the chatter. Honestly, I saw a lot of stupid stuff today, but this might take the cake. I don't know, that Nurse trade to the Sharks, that's a doozy. The only way that the Columbus Blue Jackets could make this worse is if they go ahead and make Werenski the captain. That would be some bad juju. The locker room's already probably gonna stink pretty bad.
This is what I gave up my overtime pay for? To see my kids taking falls?
Like, dude, you were just gonna bail on us, and now you just changed your mind? Oh. Why is this a big deal? Well, this was the linchpin of what made Marchenko available. If the Columbus Blue Jackets are trying to make it, if they're going for a Hail Mary this season, well, they either make it to the playoffs, Werenski stays on, and they try to pull a rabbit out of the hat. Don Waddell kicks the can down the road a little bit longer. Do they resign Marchenko next year? I don't know. But let's say they don't make it to the playoffs this season. Does Werenski change his mind again? Well, no skin off of Waddell's back because people are going to want Werenski at deadline anyway. And same thing goes for Marchenko. They'll probably sell for more. So yeah, I probably jinxed it with the last video. You never know, which segues well into the good news. Ivan Demidov has signed a contract with the Montreal Canadiens for 8 beautiful years.
I'm sorry.
AAV of $9.125 million. A team-friendly deal from a team-friendly guy. I've pretty much said everything I wanted already in the introduction, but there's probably more things that we can talk about, so let's talk about it. So big day, obviously, but maybe not so big for the Canadiens as other teams. However, getting Demidov signed for 8 years at that price, that's reason to celebrate. But we saw Veleno headed to the Rangers. If they can unlock him, watch out. Canadiens also made a bunch of moves in the AHL, signing some players, extending Kakkonen and Belzile. It was also day one of development camp for the young prospects. So we did get to see some neat footage from that today. It's always nice seeing Hage in the Habs sweater. And he took some questions from the media. Check it out.
Issu des rangs collégiaux américains, quand tu as pris la décision de demeurer là-bas pour une autre saison, il y a des gens qui ont dit on a peur qu'ils décident dans quelques années de s'engager avec une autre équipe. Je te pose la question, qu'est-ce que tu as à répondre à ces gens-là qui ont peur que tu choisisses une autre formation, le Canadien? C'est quoi pour toi?
Non, c'est sûr je veux jouer avec le Canadien. C'est l'équipe que j'ai regardée pour toute ma vie. Puis je pense que c'est une équipe très excitante, très jeune. Puis ouais, je veux pas jouer pour une autre équipe.
That's nice to hear, although you kind of figured that was where his mind's at, right? I'm going to pause for a second and do something awkward. Please subscribe to my channel. You know why I'm making a thing out of this right now? We are literally 5 subscribers away from hitting 25,900 subscribers. So 100 away from hitting 26,000. We keep creeping up. So I'd really appreciate it. Everyone else hit the like button because that does something good too. So let's talk about the Werenski thing a little bit. I mean, it looked like he was asking to move and then he changed his mind and just threw everybody for a loop. I wonder how much time Kent Hughes invested into Marchenko for that to happen. And I'm not saying that it's a dead end. Apparently the deal was very significant. So maybe they're still interested in a deal like that for Marchenko. But Columbus got some work done today. Boone Jenner is moving on. Maybe they need a center. Mason Marchment is in fact moving on. They signed left-wing madman Ryan Lomberg. So they definitely got some business done today and probably understand what their roster looks like going into next season a little better. Of course, they acquired Valerie Nichushkin from the Avalanche earlier this offseason. So I went from being very confident that Montreal would acquire Marchenko during this offseason to not confident at all. But is that really unfortunate? I think Only if the Canadiens do not make the playoffs is that really unfortunate. Of course, that would mean that they would have preferred the help during the season. As it stands now, every Atlantic team has added to their roster. Whether or not they've improved their roster is another thing you can argue, but the Canadiens are the odd team out. No changes so far. Everything is perfect the way it is, I guess. Owen Beck, Reinbacher, you're getting your chance. That just doesn't sit right to me. If they finish this offseason with no trades, I'll be a little bit disappointed. But at the same time, I appreciate the patience. They don't want to make a mistake. But even today, I saw some deals that were not risk-free, but essentially risk-free. Deals that would have made the team better. For example, Maverick Bourque and Ilya Lyubushkin were given away to Nashville for a second and third round pick. Yeah, say what you will about Lyubushkin and Bourque, maybe a middle six forward and a little bit of a development journey for him. Lyubushkin is 6'2", 200 and something pounds, right shot defenseman who plays like 16, 17 minutes a night, I think. That's better than the right shot defenseman that they don't have to pair with Lane Hudson. But I digress because I think that there is still a plan in place. I mean, you have to give Hughes and Gordon credit. They've made a lot of the right moves so far. So I'm trying not to be critical. And like I said, everyone's available. They just need to pay a price. So I remain optimistic about what could happen. And I feel like the way that the Canadiens operate, they give us a little bit each day. So today it was the Demidov signing. Tomorrow could be something else new, which reminds me there was another snippet from the Hage interview where he leaves that little string that Gordon had left. Have a listen.
Je pense que Ken puis tout le monde, ils ont supporté ma décision. C'est sûr que ça peut changer. Puis ils m'ont dit que si je veux tourner professionnel, je peux, mais juste pour maintenant. Le plan, c'est de retourner à l'école.
Qu'est-ce que tu vas gagner d'après toi?
I don't mind him going back to college. He's going to have a great experience if he goes back this year. I think Michigan's a wagon this year. I think they're a sure thing. So if he goes away, he spends the entire season dominating as first-line center. Just imagine what that's going to do for his confidence. Anyway, I should head to bed. I actually kind of forgot that tomorrow's a work day. Hope you're taking care of yourselves. Worry pa. There is going to be something that happens. And even if nothing happens, our young guys will get a shot. And maybe Nick Suzuki won't finish with 100 points. Maybe Cole Caulfield won't finish with 50 goals. But I think Lane Hudson will continue on a very high path of performance. Demidov might make the points up for Suzuki and Caulfield that they don't get this season. And I think that Juraj Slafkovsky is going to continue to keep growing. So, hey, maybe last season wasn't just a great season for our top guys. Maybe it continues like at this level for a while. I hate seeing our opponents getting better, though, and I hate seeing what Florida is doing over there. What? Stop it immediately. Get some help. That's going to do it for me, guys. You guys know what to do. Hit the like button. Helps me out with search results or something. Subscribe if you're not already a subscriber. I'd love to have you so close to 26,000 subscribers. And as always, I will see you down in the comments.